Welcome to the channel. This is Clarity Empress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you free live donation in the collective. I hope everybody is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified every time I come on. Make sure when you no, that's not what I want to say. Oh, keep in mind when you like, share, and you subscribe, those are energetic donations to the channel. Cost you nothing. You know, but they are a blessing to the channel, and we thank you. We're about to get started tonight. Readings will be free tonight. So follow the pinned comment, put your heart up, and that way I'll know to read you. And we'll also know if you're an active subscriber. Oh, let me make sure everybody get in the building. All right, we're about to get this thing cracking. I'm going to start off with the collective. Hmm. All right, let me start off with the collective reading since, we got people ready to start some nonsense, so we don't do that here. So you can just watch from the gallows. You can watch from the distance. We don't do that here. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What do they need to know? What do they need to be made aware of for this new week coming up? The second week of November 2025. Typically don't date stuff, but we're going to date it tonight. We are in the beginning of a Mercury retrograde. Started today, ends on the 29th. And another one bites the dust. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing? Thanks for coming to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What do they need to know? Chakras. Every time I see chakras, it gives me the vibe of somebody getting lined up, learning lessons. Also, their head over heart situation. But we're going to see. Tell me more, Spirit. Peace, bite. But the only sane person show up tonight. Peace. What's up with you? Tell me more, Spirit. Priest. Yeah, somebody getting lined up. Somebody getting advice, guidance. I am doing great. Can't complain. And thank you for asking. I hope you are doing well also. Come on now. Give me the card. Give me the card. Oh, moving on. Oh, that's in the hidden energy. Somebody packing their bags silently and moving on, because that's in the hidden energy. Tell me more, Spirit. Boss moves. I think somebody has to grow up and do some boss moves, because that's in a challenge and a lesson. Sometimes taking control of your life is the hard part. You know what I'm saying? Hello, new sub. All right. Tell me more. And karmic masculine. What in the world? He done came out. What did he come out? I didn't do nothing yesterday, or did I? I'm tired. Shit. Friday night, right? Yeah. Yesterday. Anyway, bondage. Okay, someone needs to move on in their life. Whatever there's, it could be moving on from a project, letting that thing go, whatever that is. Could be a career, could be a relationship. It's not giving so much relationship, except for the fact that we have a karmic masculine here. Peace, sis. Um, we do have a karmic masculine here. So somebody could be moving on from that because he is in a likely outcome, which means somebody's still karmic. They haven't grown, they haven't changed, they haven't done anything different as far as they are concerned. So that means somebody else is moving on from them. And then we got bondage. Tell me about these chakras. Okay, we got a little group tonight. All right, the pin comment is coming soon, y'all. Thanks for coming to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. You never know when a free night's going to pop up. So it's good to be an active subscriber. That means you engage. That means we've seen you a few times here on this live. And you become part of the Clarityempress Collective family. Okay? Tell me more, Spirit. And you know, like, sharing, and subscribing are energetic donations to the channel. Cost you nothing. What's up, Carmen? All right, so we got Star Seed. Tell me about this priest, Spirit. Tell me about the advice. Oh, yep. Somebody definitely, either they're going to therapy, or they are seeing clergy, or they are seeing some sort of somebody like, not necessarily on a pedestal, but somebody with high authority, like good knowledge, wealth, of wisdom. That's what I'm struggling to say. Wisdom. That's telling somebody they need to love themselves. Loving themselves is moving on from a karmic masculine, letting that shit go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, let me pin that. Let me pin that. So, you know, if you want that kind of message, you want a message from, you know, from spirit, be an active subscriber. You never know. And if you're an active subscriber and you want a message tonight, go ahead and make it happen. What's up, Isabel? I am doing well. Long time no see. Tell me more. Expectation. I know somebody was in a waiting energy in the past. Maybe you were. Somebody was waiting, but now you're not. Because self-love is here. Star seed. It's almost like Spirit saying, don't shrink yourself for this person. Go ahead and move on and be great. Go ahead, move on and be great. Don't wait for this person. Tell me more. Oh, Black Cherry, she said she got a couple coins. Please show her the way. Please show her the way. And thank you. Love offer. Okay, all right. So then what's up with this karmic masculine, Spirit? If the boss person need to boss up and make an offer to somebody of love, a gesture of love. Animosity. Okay, so the karmic masculine could have a lot of animosity because of you accepting a love offer or loving yourself more. The thing is, you're not loving on the karmic masculine who is full of animosity. Spirit said they needed to man up. They didn't, because that's the challenge in the lesson. They're more comfortable in that karmic energy. You know what I'm saying? They're just more comfortable in that karmic energy. You know, shoulda, coulda, but didn't. Yeah, destruction and bondage. Life is life, and for whoever the karmic masculine is, life is upside down, all over the place. And they could have avoided a lot by manning up. Hold on, y'all. I gotta tell my children something. Oops. Okay, thank you, sis. Appreciate you. All right, so um after you send it, go ahead and put your heart and your dollar sign up, Isabel. And anybody else, go ahead and put your heart up if you want to ask a question while we're engaging on the live. This will be your opportunity. All right. So we got destruction. Tell me more about the destruction of this bondage. How is that being destroyed? How is that situation coming out? Single sexy. Oh. So this could be like twin flame energy because boss and single sexy and successful. They are the queen of wands, king of wands, right? In this particular deck. That's who they represent. And it's it's like you or your presence is destroying this bondage or is destroying it's destroying somebody's image of life, way of life, the way they think about life. It's destroying. It's like that's crumbling. Hmm. All right, tell me more, spirit. Tell me about the animosity and with the karmic masculine. But what is that for? Because I feel like somebody can't get out their own way. Something like that. Because they shouldn't be at the likely outcome. And that's the case. Oh, because there is obsession energy with the karmic masculine. Somebody's stubborn and don't want to change their ways. And they're obsessed. They're obsessed with you. Whatever you got going on. The fact that you're moving on. Spirit said they have expectations that you would come back and you didn't. You moved on instead. The challenge was to offer you love. They didn't. So you chose self-love. Mm, mm, mm. It's like you took the steps necessary to give yourself what you needed. Self-love. You may have even been advised to do that. They may also have been advised to do that. You know what I'm saying? Give themselves self-love. But they didn't. Because they're still in this obsessive situation with animosity. Hold on. I apologize, y'all. Children. Children. Uh-oh, I don't see. Okay, it's doing that thing again. Okay, Isabel. I didn't even know. Here we go with the messages. You know you sent another message, but I see it now. Okay. All right, we got commitment. Okay, so whoever had a karmic masculine, he's in a commitment. I don't know who he in a commitment with. Whoever it is might be the obsessive one, or they both obsessed because they got low vibrational energy. I gotta pause y'all for a minute. Give me a second. I gotta go check on the child real quick. Just don't leave. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I promise. Excuse me for a second, y'all. right, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm back. I didn't mean to keep y'all waiting. Oh, you got the kipperish? Ah, shit. Okay. So your girl is back. We about to get this thing cracking. Follow the pinned comments. Ask questions if you must. Black Cherry is here. And I'm here. All right, so let's get this thing going. Okay. So we get ready to wrap up this collective. All right. And what 5 people are here and who wanted a reading? So I know Isabel. Okay. Thank you. All right. But no, everything's cool. I usually don't have to interrupt my live, but everything all right. Okay. No, we can't be having no attacks on people. Okay. Let's recap. Oh, let's clarify. Wait a minute. Where's my... What did I want to... What did I want to use? Oh, there it is. Saving your son? How in the world did I do that? I'm sure the universe did that, boo. I can't take no credit. All right, Spirit, let's wrap this up. And I just want to clarify this particular situation because what I see is that quite like the thumbnail, and I don't know if y'all catch those or if you get notifications. Hopefully you do, right? If you're my active subs, you get the notification. But I get that you moved on. I get that you prioritize yourself and, excuse me, whatever circumstances is going on in your situation in your life, right? And okay, put your heart up so we go back to YouTube, Black Cherry. But I will ask. That expectation, I don't know. I feel like this person, maybe this karmic masculine, had an expectation of you returning when in fact you moved on. Okay, so you kind of did the opposite of what they anticipated and or expected. And it seems like somebody needed to move on or man up or whatever. What you want, little boy? Osa. And then we have this person's in a whole obsessive situation with somebody who's has a lot of animosity. Very much could be them. But you moving on has disrupted their life in some way, but they also have a bit of destruction going on with that commitment that Spirit said with this animosity. They whoever they committed to, they don't like each other. Okay. Some people want people in their life not because they love the person. Okay. Okay, got you. Wow. Sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay. Some people they be in commitments, but they are codependent on each other. Matter of fact, you and Black Cherry and I, we just talked about that. Some people get codependent in their relationships, but deep down, they don't really genuinely like each other. But that attachment, that toxicity keeps them in place. You feel me? Oh, wow. That is beautiful. I am so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. All right, tell me more, Spirit. Wow. Blessings. And look at this. Have faith. An eagle doesn't doubt the wind's power as it soars high, and neither should you. The universe reminds you that while your vision may be blurred, faith will guide you toward a brighter future. Look at him. I feel like that card was for you, even though I'm doing collective. All right, tell me more. Discovery. You're being called to explore the resources and opportunities around you. New collaborations, projects, or relationships are drawing near. I feel like this is what you had to move on to. This journey will not only offer spiritual growth, but also bring material abundance. Do not fear to pursue it, as unexpected rewards are waiting for you to discover. Okay. Somebody had to go live their life and discover their path a whole nother way. Somebody had to do it their way, which was not the way of this person who's still in this karmic energy, or hasn't changed, or hasn't grown, or is stuck with somebody. Yeah. And I feel like that's you being in your single, sexy, successful self, letting them go. If they were supposed to be in that boss energy, this is somebody who didn't rise to the occasion. This is somebody who didn't man up, woman up, whatever. They didn't get it together. Well, sucks to be them, but they'll learn their lesson. All right. And then one more, then we're going to move on to my collective. Warrior spirit, you're being called to show your unyielding will, where every conflict in life becomes proving ground for your resilience. You must hold your ground no matter the external pressures. You already possess all the tools to fight this battle. Just trust in your abilities. That's giving something. It's telling me y'all need to hold your boundaries up. You know what I'm saying? Do not settle. Okay, so if somebody's saying, giving you the woe is me, you know what I'm saying, my circumstances, 9 times out of 10, or 99% of the time, people's circumstances are their choices. And you do not have to settle, for someone because they feel like they don't want to make a choice, or they don't want to choose you. So guess what? You choose you. Self-love. Be the star you were born to be. You choose you. Don't settle for nobody. Don't lower your standards because somebody else going through something. Let them work on whatever they got to work on. You go work on you. And if it's meant to be, it'll be. If not, it's good. You'll be all right because you focus on you. I don't think you need to work on anybody and expect anybody to catch up with you. It just no. Don't do that to yourself. All right. So we starting with Isabel. Looks like hold on. Let me just scroll back a little bit. We start with Isabel. Then we're going to move on to Black Cherry. Bite. You said I'm good. You can see we at. Well, like I said, some people expect you to comfort them, and when you don't, they just sit and wait. And they wait without the understanding that nothing's going to change, nothing's going to happen. So that's on them to wait around, ruin their life, whatever they want to do. But what you need to do is just focus on you. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Y'all like my little traveling crystal ball? Definitely. Y'all like my little traveling crystal ball? I thought it was cute. I bought it a long time ago. Never put it together, and then recently found it. It's like, oh, let me put this together. All right. So we're gonna do some vice versa deck for Isabel. All right, Spirit, give me a message for Isabel. Oh, wow. Girl, you got some experience, Jess. Nice to meet you by your name. All right, Spirit, give me a message for Jess. What she got going on that she need to know? Did you have a specific question? Did I miss that? Hold on, let me look. I don't see it in the comments. But if you have a specific question, go ahead and ask it now. Okay. All right, Spirit, give me a message for Isabel. What does she need to know and or be aware of? Hello, sweetie. Can't say I recognize you, but welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming. All right, Spirit. What does Isabel need to know? Okay, past energy out in the cold. You had some struggles, past energy. Let me put this out of the way. You had some struggles, past energy. Tell me more. And it's been a slow road. Oh, okay. So Spirit said during this Mercury retrograde, you either need to or going to feel like you're moving slower. Um, and it could be just that there's some few more challenges that you have to work on. Not that everything, by December is just going to miraculously change, but it could. I'm not going to negate that. I'm just saying don't have an expectation the light is going to switch unless there is something you're already been working on for some time. Okay. Sometimes I know for me, I get wonderful downloads during Mercury retrograde, ideas that get me out of an impoverished situation. Like whatever I'm thinking of, whatever I'm going through, all of a sudden it seems like retrograde give me lots of ideas. But it's not always the time to act on something very brand new, especially if it involves an incredible amount of investment. Okay, careful with electronics, careful with signing contracts, things like that. Things like that, especially if you haven't been working on it. If it just so happens to fall in that date, all good. Oh gosh, how many more, Spirit? What was over here? Oh, okay, yeah. So we got a spammer, huh? Huh. Mm. Mm. Yeah, they've been in rare form tonight. Um, we got Hangman energy. You're seeing things at a different perspective now. You may be getting new ideas. You also seeing Spirit say also if they're so you did say somebody was trying to sabotage you this week. Well, Spirit said you are able to see it because let me bring this card a little closer so you can see. This right here is a snake, but it's the ability for this person with this particular hangman card for them to see who is trying to hang them out to dry, who is trying to play in their energy, who is observing their downfall, so to speak. Like if you have people who let me take this down. Like, some people, you ever see somebody snicker because something went wrong for you? This is like you being able to see who is your enemy versus who is for you, who is talking about you behind your back, who is supporting you, who is lifting you up or tearing you down. It's like your vantage point. And that snake represents wisdom. And the scythe is there too. So you learning who to cut out, who to fool with and who not to. Tell me more. Yeah, so you the challenge is to turn your cup around or turn yourself around. This is the Queen of Cups. And she has her back to everything. So you are learning how to close people off, but that's the challenge and the lesson because that does not allow you to be in your soft girl energy. When you know you got enemies or people that are just jealous of you or do not want to see you do well, it doesn't allow you to be the soft person you want to be, the natural nurturer that you are. People misconstrue your intentions. You know what I mean? They think that you're one way or they project something onto you that doesn't belong to you. So that doesn't allow for you to be soft. Yep. I know that. I know it. I know that's right, Carmen. Don't do that. She said, pray, don't pray for me or that old person. She need a new person. I know that's right. And then this card. Now this is the Four of Swords. There's two sides to this card. But this particular card, what the author or the creator of this deck intended for us to see is that let somebody else figure it out. If it's going to burn, you're not the fire department. Let somebody else put it out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's emergency, somebody's stuff going on. It is not your job to fix everybody. You can only focus on you. Focus on yourself. I don't know if that's hard to see, but those fires burning, they're not your responsibility. They're not. Some things have to burn so that things can grow. Some things have to go so things can be new. You know, you're not to be fighting every battle. You're supposed to rest. And for you to be in that soft girl energy, that's the only way you can. Now, resting does not always mean physical. It could be putting things to a mental rest, right? It could just be like, you know what? You could be a very loving, kind and person that somebody brings all their stuff to. You can stop accepting their stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can stop. You can stop picking up everybody's weight, trying to be everybody's healer. You know what I mean? Especially if somebody dumps something on you that sticks with you. It's time to release it back to the ethers, transmute it, let it go. Do not accept it as yours. It's not yours, it's theirs. The choices they made, the situations they put themselves in, all of that got nothing to do with you. So you get a new job. That's clear because the coins in the past, yeah. The coins in the past energy, the losses, that's past energy. And it's going to take a while to rebuild, Knight of Coins. But Spirit said you're on your way. You're starting to see the players, so you got to be careful even in new environments. You know what I'm saying? To keep your cool, keep your cup to yourself, but still do not lose your intuition. You know what I'm saying? Follow your gut, trust it. But anybody got fires, you cannot take it on. You're not supposed to be a martyr for people, okay? You're supposed to let other people's worries be other people's worries, right? And focus on your wishes. Nine of Cups. So you got the Nine of Swords on the other side, which is that's their shit. Let them have it. You know what I'm saying? And um, yeah, because you know why? Spirit be wanting to see if we just gonna keep doing the same shit we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep trying to pick people up and carry them with us or pick them up off of their journey and not let them learn their lessons. Spirits just, hey, they gonna put some needy people, emotionally needy, financially needy people in your path. And you gotta learn to choose self-love. You're gonna have to learn to say no. And it might be hard. You might see them suffering. It's okay. Redirect them to resources they can get on their own. Spirit said it's not for you to solve their nightmares and their problems. Okay? So I'm gonna give you an example. We're gonna role play. I'll come to you. I just need a couple dollars till next week. But I could have, let's just say, I could have not a payday loan, but I could have picked up a couple hours on my shift, but Girl, I'm tired. I don't feel like I ain't going to that job. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. Right? But then the end of the week come, paycheck a little shorter than I wanted to be, and now I'm in your pocket at your paycheck talking about something. Can I get a few dollars? But you saw me waste time, right? That's what I'm talking about. Be very discerning when people come to you looking for help and support, and stop trying to help everybody. Redirect them. Well, maybe you should pick up a couple more hours in your next shift. I need my money. I need my money. They got to fall apart in order to pick themselves up. Everybody ain't meant to always keep it together. And they only keep it together when you get in the way and you don't let them get their karma. So let people get their lessons that they require in order to learn. Okay, I can't just depend on other people. I got to depend on me. Maybe I should take my ass to work and get my hours. Yep, you sure do. Okay, so who's next? Wait a minute. This is why I gotta scroll back. Okay, Black Cherry, got it. So yeah, you don't lower your standards, like the collector said. Don't lower your standards. Let's see.
All signs point to yes.
Oh shit. Okay. How is Cam doing? All right, Spirit. Black Cherry would like to know, how is Cam doing, Spirit? Oh, thank you, Isabel. I appreciate you. Okay, past energy. I'm hearing they were a trailblazer. I hope they still are. Tell me more, Spirit. Hmm. I wonder if he got a divorce or he with somebody that's a gold digger. Tell me more, Spirit. How is Cam doing? Oh, Lord. He might have dealt with a gold digger or be dealing with a gold digger. Somebody lying, stealing, but got busted. No. Oh, no. Somebody lying, stealing. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, he is going through a breakup of something. Now, if it's a relationship with a feminine, it's somebody trying to take him for money. This is the Queen of Coins on the other side. She's the type person, very selfish minded, smother mother type energy, what it looked like. But somebody, to me, is giving somebody trying to take from him. And he's struggling to become free because Fool Card is in the challenge and the lesson. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, this is somebody he known for a long time. It could be his mother. I don't know what his mama's like, but this is a relationship from a long time ago. He's struggling for some sort of independence or being able to let go. Um, yeah, and it might be because of another woman, because the Queen of Wands on the other side here, and he working on something, but it ain't fruiting, it ain't becoming anything. Hmm. Even his money might be very much depleted, due to the people in his life that he's known for a very long time. Um, so how you knew him then and how he is now, phew, might not be what you think. I feel like he is struggling to have new beginnings because he dealing with liars, and he dealing with feminine energies that will turn their back on him in a second. Like mm. Yeah, and he got a type of woman. If this Queen of Coins is his mother, And this Queen of Wands is a woman he's been trying to work on something with. He got a type, like he's dealing, he maybe he prefers to deal with emotionally unavailable women, or avoidant women, people who don't have time but got time. They got time when he got something, but if he ain't got nothing, they ain't got no time, and they don't treat him right. Now, I don't know who lying, them, more than likely, because it's showing up. It's not showing up a masculine lion. It's showing up the feminine energy. Looks like they're are liars. Sorry, I had to turn on my heater. Um, but it's easy for people that you have a relationship with, um, who you've known for a long time, to play in your energy, play with your money, play in your head, um, lie to you because you got that history with them. And whoever this is, he got history with them for a very long time. Could be childhood, or it could just be, it could be 20 years is like damn near childhood because you was young. You know what I'm saying? Um, whether he thinks about you or not, based on this spread, I would say he's very preoccupied with a lot of nothing in his life. Like it's not going well. So he's struggling for freedom. He's struggling for new beginnings, but he's struggling against manipulative people. So he basically got a lot of shit to deal with. It may be dealing with you or thinking about you could be a breath of fresh air, but he in the midst of some shit, and he been dealing with it for a long time. I feel bad for him, honestly, because this, I like to show y'all both sides of these cards. So this particular card is the coins, right? Eight of coins. But on this side, this is not producing anything. It's just like pipe dreams. It's like a love bomb. It's something like that. It's just not coming to fruition. This side is tangible. Whatever they're working on, it is fruiting. So he may have invested in a feminine energy that is not fruiting for him. It ain't worth his time. It ain't, like, he give to the wrong type of person. Especially, like I said, if they were like his mother, he's interested in unavailable women. And those are the type of females that keep your ass stuck, right? Because they're needy, but they want to have everything. They want you to make them look good. They want you to bust your ass for them. And he might be trying to produce for somebody like his mom. Now, I don't know if his mom is alive or not alive, but whoever she was, she might have been very superficial. Okay. Or she could even have been wealthy but superficial still, like somebody who like to have certain things. Well, that builds a man's type. A lot of times men want to marry somebody like their mother or be engaged with somebody like their mother. So okay, so now we on to bite. Is there somebody after bite? Hold on. Before I go, before I go, before I let go. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. I know. Oh, his mom spoiled him? Okay. That makes sense. Well, but she might have spoiled him with things, but I don't know what the emotional tie was like. All right. So, Bite, you there before we start? Oh, excuse me. You're welcome, sis. All right. General, or you have a specific question? Y'all welcome. Okay. All right, Empress Crates. Uh, she had another something something. So she said next time, y'all. So maybe Thursday we'll bring her on. We'll see how it goes, right? Let me see how it's gonna go.
Answer unclear.
Oh,
Ask again.
okay. We'll worry about that later. I found out that little thing does cycles, so I could just predict the, it's gonna get to no, then it cycle back to yes. But it's a cute little gadget. All right, Spirit, give me a message for Bite. What does Bite need to know and or be aware of? Oh, new beginnings. Tell me more, Spirit. Well, in the past, something set you free, or you felt foolish because that's the other side of that card. Tell me more, Spirit. Mm. Heartbreak. You are having an experience right now in the current energy. It feels like when it rains, it pours. It feels like heartbreak. You struggling to see the brighter side of things. Tell me more, Spirit. Maybe before, because of a foolish decision from the past energy with that fool card on that side. Tell me more. Oh Lord, you are bond. You are tied to something that you don't have to be tied to. You are choosing something that you feel bound to. Um, if you can see here on the other side, matter of fact, my bad. No, this, you know that you can let that go. You know you have the sword in your hand. That slicing them ropes is nothing. To release them is nothing. You can soar. Tell me more. Yep, you got to take action. That's the challenge and a lesson for you. You need to try to take some type of action in your life. Time to get in that masculine energy. Time to stand up for yourself. Time to grow. Tell me more, Spirit. Hmm. Oh. And you got caught, or somebody got caught lying, or there's an apology coming. So the seven swords on the other side for me is somebody turning their life around. Um, not wanting to be caught. You working on something regarding your family, maybe money or career. Is giving effort. It's giving effort that's tangible. Creating something. Um, Wait a minute now. But whatever's going on with the family, hold on, let me make sure. It is in this deck. Um, I don't know if you taking care of people or you trying to take care of people. Or people coming to you. It's something about family and finances. It's not going the greatest. It's like, or you may feel very needy, so that's why you're working on something. I feel like you're working on independence, especially with the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Swords is given, I need to turn my life around. I need to change things. You got a lot of swords, so you're an air sign, and you got a lot of mental stuff going on. I'm about to say mental shit. 7, 10, 18. You got 18 swords. That's a 9. So yeah, you got stress on your head. That's not, so when we break down numerology and we get into those double digits, if they're not master numbers, we break it down to a single digit. You have 18 swords. 18 swords breaks down to a 9. 9 of swords is stress. 9 of swords is rumination, things on your mind, waking you up at night or not allowing you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And you need to turn your life around. It's something about lying. So watch your words. If you lying, don't do that. Um um you but there's, in the past energy, there was some decision you made that wasn't right. because it's, the Fool on the other side in this deck. Um, you gotta heal, and it's possibly from whatever going on with the family, and you have to take a certain level of initiative and action in your life with the Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, Ace of Wands. Sorry, Ace of Wands. There's something about taking action that is challenging for you, but probably because you're staying in your head. You want to heal because the Eight of Swords on this card is saying you can let go of whatever this is. Like your hands. Let me show you this card close up. This, you see how those ropes can fall off? You see how she's looking at an eagle soaring? Because you can take off like that eagle. You're not stuck where you are. It's just a mental thing. It's a choice. You're choosing either to be free or not. And then on the other side, which is not the side you got, this person feels completely bound. So the ropes are starting to slip. Why? Because you're starting to see the other side of things. But you still got Three of Swords, so there's healing. But when it rains, it pours. It's given, if you don't take action in your life, which is the challenge and the lesson, it's eight of, I keep wanting to say eight of this, eight of that. The Ace of Wands is about taking initiative in your life. If you do not, just make the choice, whatever it is, just do the thing and turn your life around. Spirit says stop lying. There's a lot of, this ain't involving anybody else but you, right? I don't see no king, no queen, no nothing else. It's not involving people. So it's about how you view your life and how you walk with integrity or not, and then what you working on. But it's given that the family situation is not good, and you also probably need to work on leaving that, because this is like, I don't know if you're trying to sneak away from the family with the Seven of Swords. But it's like, the Seven of Swords is about trying to get away with something, right? But this other side is like somebody had to leave something behind, because, you know what I'm saying? Leave that behind. These two swords. So this person tried to carry all seven, but they can't. So they could only take what they can carry in their hand. It's time to let it go. All right, tell me more, Spirit. I need to know. Yeah, and you've been in hermit energy. It's been impoverished. It's causing poverty to you. If you look at this hermit on the other side, he's enlightened here. That means he's learned something. But on this side, this is somebody taking things for face granted, not really coming out of cycles, not really grasping something new. Also not wanting to feel like they're in the dark. Yeah. This person, this type of hermit still got a lot to learn. They're also a little directionless. They don't really know where to go. On this side, they have more of a clue. Things are clearer. Their life is like more direction. On this side, it's a little bit, if you could see, he's tattered and worn out. It's like you've been through a lot. But the challenge and the lesson is to take action in your life and learn what to do with that career. And you may have to leave that family alone or behind or something like that, because his back is to the family. His back is to the family while he works on whatever he's working on. And there's a lot of back shots in this entire reading, to be honest. It's like you got to turn your back on a lot of people. What the fuck? I just realized that's a lot. You might have an audience, like there may be people paying attention to you, but I see a lot of, you have to go focus on yourself. Go grow. And then you got the Fool card with the back. You got the 8 of swords with your back. You got the seven of swords with back, and then you also got the hermit with a back shot. Everything is back, 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 back. So yeah. Well, what path should Bite take? Let's see. What's the path that Bite needs to take, Spirit? Because this ain't giving no answers other than you gotta go. It's time. Okay, High Priestess. Spirit said either just either you already, Spirit said you already know. That ain't no either. Spirit said I was about to say either. They said nope. He already know. The High Priestess is the energy of knowing, not necessarily saying anything. You already know. You just, the challenge is to take that action. You're not really that confused with the Eight of Swords releasing. You already know what to do. And then the Three of Swords is you trying to heal, but you feel like when it rains, it pours. So you know what to do. You hear, you getting a reading. You probably do learn how to do your own reading. But Spirit said you do know what it is you need to do. And you know who to go to or where to go and how to do it. All of that. So just so you know, the High Priestess is just as magical as the Magician. Now the Magician has the tools, all the tools. You know, they got the cup, the coin, the knife, and the sword, right? I mean the sword and the wand. The High Priestess is the second card. She know all of that they know and then some. Okay, she's using her intuition, guidance, dreams. You know what I'm saying? Her tools as well, her divination tool. She knows. So you already know what to do, but you trying to either lie your way into a situation, sneak into a situation, strategize into the situation with the seven of. But Spirit said you really need to turn your life around. Whatever that is, you need to turn your life around. That is not gonna get you anywhere. All right, tell me more about that seven of swords, Spirit. One at a time. Yeah, you gotta move on to peaceful waters. But you having a hard time letting that shit go. But Spirit said you gotta let go. You have to go where you can take your heart safely. Right? Where you can place your heart. If you look good, now this is another set of swords. So Spirit said it's been on your mind. You know where to go. She in her water Uber. Okay, you see the driver in the back? You see him? She's in her water Uber with her chalice of her emotions in her hand, meaning she picked up her heart to move on. You know what I'm saying? So you know where to go, where, I don't know, where your heart could be safe. That's the best way to put it. And you strategizing how to get there, but you're working on your coins. And if you're working on coins with that family situation with your back to it, you're wasting some time. But I do feel like whatever you're trying to work on is tangible, because the Eight of Coins is actually showing up. Um, yeah, so you know where to go and you know what to do. If you don't take action, then you may miss your water Uber. You know what I'm saying? You miss your boat. And we don't want, I know I don't be wanting to miss no boats, no opportunities in my life. Shit. No ma'am, no ham, no turkeys. I got to catch my boats. Remember that story I told y'all about the boat? That's what that's giving. That story I told y'all about the boat and the was it somebody capsized or off the coast, and they were hanging on by a little piece of floating wood or raft or whatever, and a small boat came by and was like, oh, we got enough room for one, one more if you want, and we get you to shore. And that person said no, because they prayed to God. They prayed to God and they said, oh, God saved me. God sent them the boat and they didn't get on that boat. The yacht king said the same thing. You sure you don't want to come? And they was like, nope. I prayed to God. God gonna save me. Well, like, you sure about that? Yeah. Then that ocean liner came, and they said no. And then next thing you know, God said, well, since you didn't want to come, since you didn't want everything, what else was I supposed to do but bring you home? The person was confused. You're welcome. All right, Spirit, give me a message for overall energy for the collective tonight. For all those I read, what is the message they needed? Give me some more. And this is on a cosmic record or something like that. Cunning. Uh-oh. You're being called to disguise yourself skillfully, like a fox hiding its true intentions in plain sight. The fox the fox's cunning lies in a soft exterior while plotting in the shadows. Use careful tactics to keep your actions unnoticed. This is what I was getting with your card in particular, bite. That seven of swords that I was seeing, this is what I was getting. You kind of are trying to sneak away from a situation, but you're gonna have to do it unnoticed. I just don't know. It depends on where you're heading to. That's I'm gonna say that. But yeah, you kind of need to be real. You're gonna have to leave something behind when you do it in order to be unnoticed. Like, you ain't gonna be able to take everything. I don't know what all you got. Might have to leave some furniture behind or something, but you gonna have to move on a little lighter. All right, tell me more, Spirit. What else we got for the collective? Solitude. Okay, solitude confronts you with your truest self, and in the silence, you uncover emotions and thoughts you've long ignored. Through this deep exploration, you will grow more resilient and independent in everyday life, whether at work or in relationship. Yeah, sometimes you gotta be quiet. You gotta sit with them thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And recognize who you are. Sometimes the noise of other relationships cloud our thought processes. It makes it harder for us to acknowledge who we are, what we want, where we want to be, what we want to do, all of the things that we need to be considering. Like, until we get quiet, you don't necessarily, if you always on your phone, always on the go, always talking to this person, always overstimulated, you don't meet yourself. Tell me more. We almost done, y'all. Faint signal. A lighthouse beams weakness. Weakens, hinting that a relationship in your life is waning. The universe urges you to notice this change and adjust your attitude or actions early to prevent a bigger rift. Yeah, that was in the beginning of the collective energy, where somebody was moving on, where somebody has sitting and waiting with expectation. That's gonna cause a rift. And I was explaining that they were going in separate directions, right? So recognize what needs to move on in your life, and operate accordingly so things don't get harder. Tell me more, Spirit. And refocus. It says, when the target becomes blurry, the universe reminds you to refocus and reconnect with your original intentions. You're being called to clear away distractions and concentrate on what truly matters. With clear focus, the path ahead will become clear. Yep, there go that water Uber again. And that Six of Swords type energy. Refocus and move on. Tell me more. Don't lose sight of the target. Tell me more, Spirit. Divine Feminine. The divine feminine within you is waiting to be awakened. The universe reminds you that this power isn't about outward strength, but inner wisdom and intuition. Embrace your, excuse me, embrace your softness and strength to become whole. So the divine feminine, that is the target, maybe. Either the target to become or the target to be with. So take it how it resonates. Bottom of the deck is toxic. Ugh. Some around you are brewing deception, sweet lies that dull your judgment like poison. Stay vigilant. Don't let these good intentions become toxic toxins that hinder your progress. Okay. So listen, when you are focused and on your grind, there are going to be those that don't want to see you grow past what they believe you should be, which is past them. And what I'm getting here with cunning is somebody has to be cunning with some of them toxic people around them that don't want to see them grow. So if you got people like that, like Isabel, you got that in your reading with the hangman on the other side. Spirit is allowing you to be enlightened and see who's who and what's what for you, right? So sometimes you're going to have to, hmm, you just got to dial it back so that people are not aware of every move you make. The left hand don't need to know what the right hand is doing, y'all. Like, we can't always share every thought, every intention, everything with everybody because, people project their own stuff. Some people that are not for you will hold you back. And then sometimes you just gotta see it through to fruition before you let anybody put their thoughts on it. And then that way you pop out with it. You know what I'm saying? You pop out with it like boom. And they couldn't take it from you. They couldn't talk you out of it. They couldn't stop you in any way. You go and do what it is that you need to be doing for you. You gotta sit in your solitude too, because when you are in your thoughts deep, that's when your best downloads can show up. Write some shit down. You got a dream, record it. You get a download, record it. I get some of my best downloads could come from me either taking a shower or washing my hands. As soon as I touch water, that shit just poof, all of a sudden. If I could just, so and so could do it, and if we could do it, all of my ideas start flooding in. Now, the faint signal is that there is, as we wrap up this year, and I really feel like this seriously, as we wrap up this year, we are wrapping up connections that we once had. No matter how toxic they were, it's like you are at a different vantage point of seeing what they are, how they are, if they who's good for you, who wasn't good for you, who you should give time to, who you should pull back from, right? And with that being said, um, if it's a faint signal, like there's really no reason to hold on to that connection, release it. And you can release it quietly if that's possible. You don't have to create a lot of fanfare about it. You don't have to say a lot. You just let them go. It's 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 easier said than done, but you quietly withdraw. Listen, if they're toxic, sometimes you got to do it in a very cunning way. Like, for example, I'm gonna base it off past energy. Like, I would personally find a place to go, um, and take my most important things there. Right, I would start planning my documents there. Then my most coveted possessions would go there, or I'd get a storage unit. But I would be plotting and planning to get my shit up out of there, like whatever it is. Like, especially with my domestic violence situation in the past, that right there. I mean, lucky for me, he was incarcerated at the time. And then when he came out, I don't know why I didn't move on when I did, but I sure did right away. I was like, I got the first thing smoking up out of there, and I took what I could, and I left behind what I couldn't. Sometimes you gotta move like that. Now we got what's this? refocus, right? Focus on the goal. Like, don't lose sight of whatever your target is. Whatever you focus on, whatever's beneficial to you, don't lose sight on that. Okay, that helps a lot. And release these toxic people, these attachments, these trauma bonds. You know what I'm saying? Um, those people will only hold you back. And then when you are in solitude, you also are able to see your connections a little bit clearer. Hopefully, a lot clearer. Because you start to realize, oh, every time I'm moving on, every time I'm growing, this person is this or that person is that. Like, you start to see who for you, who not for you. And to the point where once you know better, you let that shit go. You can't keep doing that. So, divine feminine is the energy to strive for, what I'm getting. So either to strive to be with or to strive to be, right? Because it depends on who you are and take it how it resonates. But the divine feminine within you is waiting to be awakened. The universe reminds you that this power isn't about outward strength, but inner wisdom and intuition. Y'all better start following y'all intuition. You know what I'm saying? Embrace your softness and strength and become whole. Listen, conserve your energy so that you can keep the peace in your life. That's one thing that I have grown into doing. I ain't got no time in my life to be playing with my inner peace to suffice for somebody else. Like, I just can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. You can't get me to do it. You can't pay me to do it. I will stay in my softness. Now I might challenge you, but if you put up too much resistance, I'll be right back in my soft era. Like, all right, then figure it out yourself. Then figure it out yourself, because I'm over here. I'm dealing with me right now. All right, y'all. So this was your message. I hope that the messages resonated with you. Thank you for being active subscribers and respectful on my channel and hanging out with me and Black Cherry and Carmen and Isabel. It was good to see you again. And Bite, same to you. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. In the meantime, in between time, I hope you take the message and you do something with it. Okay? All right. So, love you guys. Appreciate y'all. And I'll be on tomorrow night. I think so. I think tomorrow night will be a good night for collective. Okay? Have a good beginning of your week and the rest of your week. Talk to you later. Peace.